everybody, it's Abigail Ockwell here and welcome back to another video. Now this is a WIP and Chat. This stands for Work in Progress. I am, as you may be able to tell, I'm still working on Sneaky Cat. I still haven't got my room clean enough for me to be able to have my floor lamp on, so therefore we are using the light pad. Let's see if I can get this in a bit. There we go. So, how are we all doing? I hope we are all doing really, really well. So, I have some stories. Oh my lordy. So, last week I didn't do anything because I was down with a highly contagious form of food poisoning. So, my dad, who was kept going to the toilet in my last WIP and Chat, actually he had a highly contagious form of food poisoning and he actually gave it to all of us. We're pretty sure we got it from my nieces and my brother. So yeah, Dad is currently in hospital. He will be out on Friday. But yeah, I have been back from work for about an hour, 2 hours, probably at this point. So yeah, I've de-stressed, and yeah, just got on with it. So how are you guys all doing? I hope you guys are all doing really, really well. I'm really sorry if you can't see the symbol field that well. It's just lighting and I can't really zoom you in. I've got you at the best angle that I can. So I'm still on the same row that I was last time because I have been in a massive cross-stitching kit. So I've stitched on it before, but on the channel like ages ago, but I finished my Chinese Zodiac cell by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and oh my gosh, it is so cute. So I finished it last night. I had a play rehearsal last night, and yeah, I managed to get a lot of it done then, like between bits that I wasn't on, etc, etc. So that was that. And then I came home and I stitched for about half an hour, 45 minutes. And I actually finished it. So here is what it looks like. So this image this cell has been done by quite a lot of people. Rachel Ray is doing it. Who else is doing it? Or who else has done it? I think Miss Blade Pages has done it, possibly. But yeah, no, a lot of people have done it. I mean, Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery is is a company that I like. You know, I like the cutesy, kawaii designs that they do. And they do all sorts of things. They've got like national parks. They've got snow globes that I could make into ornaments. I did actually get some kits and stuff on a, was it a release or was it something else? I can't remember what it was, but I know I got a whole load of stuff like last year. And so yeah, I've got a whole load of kits like with fabric and the flosses from Frosted Pumpkin. There is a place in the UK that also sells them, but they don't do the oh, what's it called, like they didn't do the treasure braid, and I really wanted to do it how it was like originally charted. So yeah, I did that. So yeah, sometimes with stuff like that, sometimes I think it's better that it comes from the supplier itself, from the actual store itself. So yeah, a lot of my stuff from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery actually does come from America. And when the Chinese Zodiac was actually a restart, I originally started it on Ada because I was a very newbie stitcher and I completely messed up. And then I basically restarted again on linen, and I've made a lot fewer mistakes. I find that I don't make as many mistakes on linen as I do Ada. It's really strange. Like, if you cross stitch, you have a certain piece of fabric that you prefer and that you don't make as many mistakes on. I mean, mine is definitely like linen and stuff. I don't know what it is about linen and stuff, but I find it easier. But that's just me. That is just me. So yeah, that's that. So horse riding. I was back at horse riding, obviously. I didn't go last week, but I had a really lovely lesson. So there is a lovely horse that I have mentioned in the past, who I will pop a photo of because I don't really ride him a lot. His name is Leah. And he is an old boy. He's actually my age. So he is quite an old horse, but you know, he's still, you know, going for it. But on my lesson on Monday, I did, you know, notice that he was starting to feel his age. He was starting to feel his age, bless him. And, you know, it's really nice. You know, sort of, because obviously I'm not riding sort of a horse that I don't know, some of my level probably would be, and that's just because of my ankle. And you know, Leo would probably be one of the best horses. If say it went in a lesson, he'd probably be one of the best horses for it to go on, because like Leo, he isn't afraid of a lot. It takes a lot to spook Leo. Like, I think the only time that he's got scared when I've ridden him was, this was a few years ago actually. I was doing a jump lesson and we were cantering and he just went a little bit too fast for me. And I came off the side because I thought, because we went really close to the fence, I thought he was suddenly going to jump the fence for me. He went one way, I went the other, and yeah. I would say it like freaked him out a bit. You know, I won't lie, it probably did freak him out a bit. I know he was, you know, because I was riding him a lot then. So I think it did kind of like upset him a bit that I'd come off. And then within a couple of weeks, you know, I rode him again and we were fine. You know, the thing with Leah is he is such a lovely horse and that he just wants to just, you know, do well, and he is one of the horses that cares. It's like when I came off Twix that one time that I came off Twix, he was like, "Are you okay?" And that's the one thing I absolutely love about horses. They really kind of know when something's up. They know if you're injured. They know if, you know, you're not okay. And they will do what they can to basically look after you. And yeah, Leo is just probably one of the loveliest people, one of the most loveliest horses you will ever meet. So yeah. For the last couple of days, or actually last night and today, we've actually all been looking after ourselves in this house, me, Josh and PJ. because my mum has had to go up to London to deal, because today they were getting the furniture and stuff out of my uncle's flat. So yeah, mum went up there late last night for the move. She's actually also in the play that I'm doing. It's called Alfie. They did a movie about it, like that was adapted from the play. I don't know, in the 90s or something. And yeah, she's playing a character called Siddy, and she's also playing Flo and I think Vi. So basically, I will get into what, I'll explain Alfie in detail, and then I'll go back to mum in London, because that's where my late uncle's flat was. Yeah, so she is, Alfie is basically about this guy that just goes round, doesn't want to settle down, just goes around from bird to bird. And yeah, he's not a very nice person. It's really a case of, you know, he will basically, anything that has ladies' bits, he will basically, you know, do, as it were. And yeah, it's, you know, you read the play and you're like, this guy is a complete and utter douchebag. Like, he really is. He's horrible. And one of my characters actually happens to leave him after an argument because he really kind of oversteps the mark. Because she has a diary and she writes about an ex in it, I think. And he basically decides that because she's living with him, he's allowed to read her diary. Which then she basically goes and leaves him. And then I've got another character that's actually in the scene before in a sanatorium because Alfie gets TB, tuberculosis. And I happen to play a nurse that basically go around a curtain, and she gives him his injection. And yeah, it's so basically one of my characters has to basically have sex on stage, but well, we're insinuating that. So basically all it's going to be doing is giggling, you know, curtains are moving and stuff. One of the people that I was in a bunch of amateurs in, I've forgotten his name, but I'll call him from his last character name, which was Dennis. He's so fun. This guy, he's, you know, he's got a wicked sense of humour. And he was like saying, "I'm bounce on the bed," and then he was like making these squeaking sounds, and our director was like, "No, stop." But yeah, my mum was meant to be there last night, but however, because she had to go up to London and let the removers in at... Is that my phone going off? Uh-oh. I think my phone's just gone off. Because because she had to go and let the removers in that's taking the furniture that basically me and Josh want for our house, we are, you know, she went up and basically sorted all that out, and then it's basically that this was the last time, because she's handing over the keys to the flat to the estate agent, because the flat has been sold, and the proceeds of that will actually pay for mine and Josh's new house, which will be around the corner, which I'm really excited to do. Well, which I'm really excited to move into, because this will be the first time that I've ever moved anywhere that I remember. We moved into the house that I'm currently in. Me and my family moved into it when I was about 18 months. So we used to live in actually quite a rough area of Bognor. And partly what prompted the move was when I was over a year old, I was watching a drugs raid on a house opposite. I think probably the flashing lights and stuff had, you know, had a thing. Had probably attracted my attention, so yeah, good reason to get out of where we were living. But yeah, so that's that. My dad had actually said to my mum, oh, how about you take the bed as well, and you can like put a new mattress on it and everything, and it'll be fine. And me and my mum were both horrified because, one, I'm sorry, trigger warning, my uncle died in that bed. So obviously, you know, you're not going to want that bed. And in all fairness, I've been in places that are haunted. You know, I'm fine being in places that are haunted. I have been in the flat, you know. I've been in places that people have died. My uncle's flat is not haunted, before you ask. But, you know, it was like, you know, it was like, I was horrified that Dad had even suggested to take that bed, because it's like, no, you don't want to really have a bed that somebody died in, especially when it's a member of your family. It's just a bit, oof. You know, I'll go into places that people have died, I'll go into haunted places, but you want me to take an item of furniture that somebody has actually died on? Yeah, no thank you. Not happening. Nope. Not happening. Zilch. So, yeah, that was fun. To sort of have that conversation with Dad. Yeah, he's currently sort of, while in hospital, he's trying to sort of get us to do everything. Like, he's trying to get us to cook, and Mum was like, I'm gonna pick something up on my way home so that she didn't have to cook, because obviously, you know, when you're sorting out a flat, it's going to be exhausting. But he was also saying, to PJ down the phone actually, oh, Abigail needs to go and pick her up at the station. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hello. If I'm asked, that's fine. If Mum would like a lift from the station, that's fine. But it's like, don't just assume. And also, you know, traffic isn't the best around Bognor at the moment as well. I'll get into that in a minute. Well, actually, seeing as I've touched on traffic, I'll get into that now. So, basically, with all the heavy rain that's happened over the last few weeks over here, we have, Bognor is effectively cut off at the moment. It is as good as cut off. And I'll tell you why. Because, well, so you've got, so there are about, yeah, there are 3 roads out of Bognor. And so you've got the Shripney Road, which you can either continue straight and go to Fontwell, or you can turn off and go through Aldingbourne if you're going to Chichester. And obviously I work in Chichester, so that is a big thing for me. And basically this week, like I say, we got heavy rain that flooded. So I couldn't go through Aldingbourne because Aldingbourne flooded and Shripney had flooded as well. So it was like, okay, that's those 2 roads completely, you know, that's those 2 roads completely, you know, done. So I wouldn't be able to go through Fontwell, and I wouldn't be able to go, and then go back down Shripney, and I wouldn't, or go down the Shripney Road and turn off at Aldingbourne because it was flooded. Then you've got the other part, which is Pagham. And I couldn't go through Pagham because guess what? Pagham flooded. And also the other road leading out to Pagham is closed because they're doing roadworks on it, because guess what? That road keeps flooding. So it's like, okay, that only leaves 1 road. And as a result of there only being 1 road that you can currently use to get in or out of Bognor, guess what? Everybody's using it. This morning it took me over an hour to get to work, and normally it will take me about 20 minutes. It just shows sort of when we get severe flooding, you know, what happens. I mean, the last sort of, I think it was no, it wouldn't have been last Thursday and Friday because I was ill. It would have been the week before. Sorry, my phone's going off, I'm sorry. Right, I'm back. I haven't got a clue who's calling me. It's an unknown number, so, you know, I'm basically not picking it up. And I've just put my phone on, you know, do not disturb. So it will tell them that I'm not available. I have done a thing to see if they left a voicemail. I always tell myself if it's important, they'll leave a voicemail. But if it's Dad, if Dad has, for example, changed his mobile number, which I won't be surprised if he has, because that does happen, I will be really, really, really mad because I'm exhausted. And yeah, I do not need my dad to talk to me this time at night. But yeah, so basically everybody is having to use the Chichester Road to get in and out of Bognor. And as a result, the traffic is a nightmare. It took me about 40 minutes to get home. So yeah, but that's sort of half an hour, 40 minutes is normal at rush hour because I start at rush hour, so yeah. record. Anyway, that is that. So, my next story. I still can't believe that I'm even saying this, and I think I'm probably going to get some backlash in the comments over this, but I do not care. I am stressed as hell, and yeah, this has just irked both me and Josh. So last week it was mine and Josh's nephew's 3rd birthday, and I couldn't go because I was in bed with food poisoning. So therefore I stayed at home. So Josh went, you know, his parents drove him there, and he got back, I think, about 9 o'clock. I think that was the time he got back, and, you know, I was like, how was it? And he just turned to me and he said, my brother's girlfriend is pregnant again. So I was like, okay. And he said, and it's due 2 weeks before the wedding. I turn and look at him and I'm like, sorry, say what? Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? So Henry had quite a complicated birth. I know they did have to do a C-section, and he's basically panicking that the same thing's going to happen, and he was like saying, yeah, because of because of the baby being due 2 weeks before the wedding, I'm probably not going to be there. And let's just say it has obviously annoyed Josh to no end. That this is happening. And it has, you know, it's upset me because I'm like, right, okay. And this is the thing that irks me, because obviously she's already 3 months pregnant, and the only reason Josh found out is because his mum turned to his brother and girlfriend and said, have you told him yet? So, yeah. We are not impressed. We are really not impressed. I don't know, people are going to be like, oh, it's not their fault, you know, why are you being so hard? Okay, so we're not blaming his girlfriend. We're not blaming his brother's girlfriend at all. So basically, Josh and his middle brother, Rowan, they've always been at odds with each other, you know. It's kind of, there's always been a sort of a black sheep about Rowan. I don't know why, he just is. And his relationship with Josh is very, very strained. You know, Rowan never contacts Josh unless he actually wants something. So, yeah, you've got that. And then it's just got ridiculous. Okay, so loads of people are thinking, okay, so it was an accident. They have been trying for a baby. And, you know, we figured at about the time that Chloe got pregnant, it was about, you know, Rowan's birthday. And, you know, it was about that time that he started to get funny, because initially he was going to be one of Josh's ushers. But now with the baby, he's like, oh, I really don't know if I'm going to be there. So that's kind of brought two people down. And it's like, great. Okay. So this is the thing. My first feeling when Josh told me was this was deliberate. This whole thing was deliberate. My mum's just got back. And, you know, obviously, like I say, we don't blame Chloe at all. We are really, like, mad at Rowan. Because we asked him over a year ago if he'd be fine to be an usher, and then suddenly in October, he was suddenly like, oh, I don't know. And it was like at this time that, you know, obviously I was really excited that Poppy was going to be born, and, you know, I spoke to them about, you know, that, and they actually went and complained to you know, their mum, Josh's mum, my mother-in-law, about my relationship with... Hello. Yeah. Yeah, I was getting an unknown number calling me.
That was me.
Oh.
I was hoping you could give me a lift back from the station.
Okay, it's because it wasn't your normal number.
No, it's my work one, because my phone died because I was using it so much.
Okay.
Oh. No, you can save that as my work number.
Alright. Alright. Yeah, no. Okay. Okay, so we can tell that was obviously my mum. So, like I say, I was going on about how, you know, and, you know, I spoke to them about, you know, my relationship with, you know, my godson Dexter, and of course now I've got, I'm going to have a close relationship with my goddaughter Poppy. And let's just say they got some kind of way, and they actually went and complained to Josh's mum about it. To the point that she sat us down And, you know, she said that, and she started, you know, to talk about Henry and saying, oh yeah, you know, you guys have a really, you know, you have a great relationship with the younger brother, and, you know, and vice versa. However, your relationship with Rowan is, you know, not the best. And, you know, if you just took time to get to know Henry, it'd be fine. And this is the thing. Josh has said when he's spoken to Rowan, you know, let us know when you're down and we will pop over. So it's not like we haven't tried to have a relationship. And they basically got some type of way and complained about the relationship I have with my godchildren. And the way it kind of came across was your relationship with your godchildren needs to take a backseat, and you need to prioritise Henry. And at that point, at the time that it was said, I was shocked that I couldn't, sorry. Excuse me. Misty decided she wanted to go out, so, and you know, at the time it was said, you know, I was so shocked to like what was being said that I didn't really say anything. I just kept quiet. It was only when we got home, probably about 20 minutes later, that it finally hit me what had been said. And this was like about my birthday that all this happened. This was just after my birthday. No, it wouldn't have been. It would have been... It was just... when was it? I think it might have been about October-ish that we went to go and see them. Oh yes, because we were dropping Rowan's birthday card off, that she actually said something. And like I say, I got back and I was in complete shock about what had basically been said. Because, you know, my best friend Robin is basically like family to me. She's like a sister to me. And the fact that kind of, you know, that really irked me. And, you know, I think if, like, I'd spoken up, if, say, I hadn't taken my medication before we went, you know, this was basically what I was saying when I got home, was, like, I can't believe they brought my godchildren into this. How dare they bring my godchildren into this? Like I say, the moment, like, you know, I don't mind people sort of having an issue with me, or having, like, an issue about something I do. But the moment you bring my godchildren into it, the moment anybody brings my godchildren or my nieces into anything, you better believe that it ain't going to be pretty. So let's just say, if they say anything to my face about my relationship with my godchildren, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna let it rip. You know, it's, you know, I tolerate Rowan. I will be honest, I don't particularly like him. And again, I have my reasons. So, like, one of the few times that before Josh lived with me, one of the first times that I came round, the second time I think I met Rowan, they had their shower room downstairs. And I forgot what me and Josh were watching. We were watching something. And Rowan just comes into the living room with just a towel around his waist. And I actually said to him, hey, look, I feel uncomfortable. And his mum, Josh's mum, tried to sort of say, Abby, I shouldn't have said anything. But Sergeant Father-in-law, well, he's now retired, but we'll still call him Sergeant Father-in-law. But so he basically was like, no, we knew Abigail was coming. He should not have done that. And, you know, it is all really, ugh. So, yeah. But, like I say, we're pretty sure it's deliberate. And also, like I say, the reason I think it's deliberate is because I think I said this in one of my previous WIP and Chats. So, when me and Josh got engaged, my gut told me that Josh's brother Rowan was gonna, like, do something to try and overshadow things. Like, he was gonna try and do something, like, either at the wedding or just before the wedding. And, you know, we knew it was gonna be stupid, but, and me and Josh are both on agreement with this, we didn't know it was gonna be this stupid. But, yeah. So, I have a feeling that his mum is going to be having words with him and saying, you need to make your brother's wedding. So, yeah. And it's just, yeah, it's a really difficult situation. And also, I was talking to my mum about this, is that we think also that Rowan is jealous. So we're getting married, we're getting a house without a mortgage, and so he felt he had to do something like this, and that is the type of person that Rowan is, unfortunately. But anyway, I am seeing Robin on Saturday, so yeah, I will be basically telling her the tea of what I've just told you, which you'll be seeing on Sunday. But anyway, my camera is about to die, so yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell that will notify you when I put up a video, and leave a comment if you would like. But yeah, I will see you guys on next time. Take care, everybody.